Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is Mark coming to you live. I'm doing a re-review. This is a secondary review, and I cut myself. I had a little infection here that I put Neosporin on that, so don't worry about that. But today's topic is going to be about this something I bought at Best Buy today. It's a review of the 8bitdo Switch PC version, PC Switch Windows controller. I've been using this bad boy for a while, and I must say, not a lot has changed. Not in a bad way. Good way, a lot has changed in a good way. Um, this is probably one of the most unique controllers I ever used in my life. I mean, this thing is weird. I mean, when you go from 2.4 hertz to Bluetooth and back again, when you're playing a game, you pretty much have to back out of the game or plug in a controller to finish the game because this ain't gonna reconnect. It only connects when you have no apps open, and it only connects in 2.4 hertz mode. When I tried to get it to go into Bluetooth mode, I had the same driver error that I had on the white one. So I don't know what was going on with this thing or not. It is some weird stuff. This thing will read, and it will say 8-bit do controller, so it will read it. My Windows 11 will read it. Now it could have been Windows 11, could have been the reason why. I don't know for sure. But having the same issue with the driver error on this one and not having it on this one to have taken apart yet, or the PS5 controller, or even in that case, PS4 controller, having no driver error on those just makes me wonder if there's something wrong with these type of things here. And and it could be. It could rarely could be an issue with the uh, overallness of this system and understanding what I may not understand much about it. And I did all the button mapping and stuff like that, and that is fine. But I think it throws a time and place where people have to understand that not everybody is going to be a skilled master when it comes to this stuff. Not everybody's going to be a skilled master when it comes to this. So this thing here is what it looks like. I got it at Best Buy. It says it has it at Electronic Express, but they called them up and they said they don't have it. Now, as I know, they have 8bitdo receivers, and it looks something like, I can find it now, but it's thrown away from it. I lost it. Oh, here it is. This is 8bitdo receiver. This is a standard receiver you buy. It's number 2. It works with the Xbox PlayStation 5 controllers. This here is a 2.4 hertz one. This is the one specially designed for the white Xbox 8bitdo and the right here that comes with it. The other one came with it too as well, but the other one connected to the 8bitdo receiver I already had. So I don't know if something going on with it or not, but I think there's something going on with the situation. And I don't know for sure how much articulate on IT knowledge to understand what it is. But you put this in, turn 2.4 hertz on, it comes on like it's not even like it's been sitting there forever. It's like boom, instantaneously. Now with my other Bluetooth stuff here, I push the button. I might have to reconnect the Xbox controller once in a while, but it comes on no issues. So I don't know if it's just because this thing is required for this thing. And I'll show it to you. I unbox what it looks like what you get in there. You get a little goodies in there, some goodies. You get a manual that no man ever reads. And I'm one of those men, so I don't read it. I just figured out my own. There. Put that over there. Box them open like this. Ooh la la, kind of fancy two boxes, right? Fancy boxes. Everything come out. I'm gonna get it out of there. And got a plate with it. Get it out of there. When it does, this is the charge case you get with it. And in theory, this thing here, I'll hope I didn't lose it now. This thing here would fit in the bottom of this compartment here. And if you get a charge cable, you hook this up like this, it'll fit eventually. Like this, you put in here like this, slide the thing in there, slide in the hole, pop it in there, and with the cover on it, in theory, with the cover and theory on it, it would actually work like this. And the controller will sit right there in charge as you're not using it. So in theory, as you're charging this thing, fits like that. So when you take it off, it instantly connects and disconnects as you're using it. So essentially, there's no reason to have it hooked up to your USB unless you want to have it hooked to your USB. But I use it without it because I don't have a lot of room. I put on top of my rig here, but I got, I need some room to vent for the radiator to go through. And could put it right here once again. Now, I don't have a lot of space here for this thing. So in theory, in moral theory, it fit like this. Take it off, on again. And it's supposed to automatically connect and disconnect as you're doing this. And the USB port in the dongle is conveniently placed in the bottom. So it reads off of this. Allows to stop dropping stuff. And that's it. Cost $60 for this thing. And you get a cool case, you get a manual. And my review on this thing hasn't changed that much. The white one is still a pile of junk. Because it took me 6 hours. And when I got it working, it kept giving me driver error. And it wouldn't just work. It just wanted to be difficult and not conform to what it needed to do. And that really pissed me off to no end. So bad once that I left the email to people like, "Oh, get your money back." I already returned it. Okay, well, good. And they ended the email conversation. But they responded to me in a way that I think was very proper. That's why I told them, and I'll give it a second chance. But be forewarned. The thing burns me. I'm not gonna care how much money you guys are losing. I'm not gonna care what the hell's going on in your guys' lives. It's not right to do this. And also you get a cable too as well with them. This is the cable you get. It's the same C cable you get with almost every phone nowadays. Now I may plug this up into the port there and try it out just to see how well it works so I can get charging, but also to see how well it works. So I kind of want to see if it's going to do what it's supposed to do, or it's going to be crapping out and give me a hard time like it usually does. Or what a lot of things do and normally do. See, that right there will go in like this. Let it sit there. It's charging. Take it off. Now it's connected. See how easy that is? It's connected. Put it in there. It just automatically disconnects. So I'm going to leave it on this, and I'm going to try this for a little while longer. Get the cables out of the way. It has light there showing you that it's lit up. See, light here, you can't really see it when I'm moving this around everywhere. Light there. Come on, work with me here. Please work with me. Light there showing you it's charging. And this light's telling you it's charging. And when light goes out, obviously it's ready to rock and roll. And I don't make music either. Take it off. A little shake. Wants to do that. And it'll work when it wants to, I guess. It'll work when it wants to. I mean, that's one thing about the situation I don't understand. But these are kind of weird because they do work. And there it is. It worked right now. It connected. And it's working. So it's connected, or was connected. But I think it's one of these things that we're going to have to really look into more and more often with this and see if there's more than meets the eye here. Because there's something going on with these things and I don't understand a lot about it. I don't try to understand this stuff. I don't. I don't try to understand it. Okay? I don't try to get it. I'm in my screen right now. It's showing me it's connected, but it all that turns off. I think because it's an app is up. If the app's not up, it works perfectly fine. So I don't know what that's supposed to be, but whatever, you know. It works when I use it. The issue I have with it is I think there is some little more things that need to be done with it to make it a lot more easier to use, sense of use. Because you know it's a good controller. I'm playing Helldivers 2 with the thing. It runs perfectly well. Now, if you change the 2.4 hertz to Bluetooth, the controller is completely useless. For some reason, if you turn it off when you're using something like an app or whatever, it will not work. I don't know if it's just because maybe it's just one of those things that's a fail-safe where it's software don't work with it. Like I try to use it with my open here YouTube. It'll come on. But it won't do anything. It'll just turn off. It could because maybe it's not in the Windows section. It said it works with Windows. So obviously it tells me that if you open the app first, like a game app first, and turn the thing on, it won't want to work. You have to turn the thing on first, then open your game app, then it'll let you use it. So it's really kind of weird how the 8BitDo's work, because I can plug in this PS4 controller, turn it on, it'll work perfectly fine without an issue. But I use an 8BitDo thing, I have to do it. So yes, I'm keeping this. I'm gonna try to get a Bluetooth work with it, because Bluetooth will probably be a lot better with it anyway. I have 2.4 hertz monitor, 2.4 gigahertz headset. Is what this thing is here. This Barracuda X, still good, still a great damn freaking headset. Now I'm gonna try when I use this one, see if it has any noise with it like I can do the other one. If I don't, then it could be me the interference is crossing itself and causing issues. And it could very well be. You know, who really knows? But I think it's just one of those things that need to be addressed. Then I'm redoing this interview. I'm redoing this review, because I told you guys I'll give it a second chance when I calm down, because I was really pissed that day. That thing gave me 6 hours of another heartache and grief, and it wouldn't work. Plugged it in, worked really fine. I tried to plug it up to someone else, it would not even let me do anything. It wouldn't give me, I begged and pleaded, it wouldn't work. It just gave me a hard time. And to me, that's wrong. And to me, that's something just, mitigated wrong. It's like, really? You guys, you can't just work a little bit? And, and I get it. It's a controller. I get it. I have a blue one here as an extra one in case that one does break down, but it won't cost $60. It shouldn't break down. I have friends of mine who have 8BitDo's who had them for years. So I don't know if it's just me. I'm just trying to use something that's not going to work with. It says Bluetooth on the box here. And 8BitDo Bluetooth connection port here. This thing should work with it. You would think. No, you would think it would work with it. But, I'll try it again eventually. But my review on this thing has changed a lot. The last few hours I've been using this thing, playing Helldivers 2, playing games like that, Grand Theft Auto 5 with it, Battlefield with it, I have found out that this thing does work pretty well. Ease of use is not too bad, only if you use the 2.4 hertz monitor dongle that comes with it. If you do that, plug it in, you're good as punch. Once you start dabbling with the Bluetooth compatibility, you're gonna run into that driver error nonsense. Since using 2.4 hertz option, no driver error have ever come up. The only problem is if I don't log into this and use it before I open Steam up, it won't work. It has to literally be nothing open for me to use that thing to get logged in, to get it connect. Want to connect, it never disconnects until I stop playing the game. So it does do its job. It does work. It's just you have to sit there and really, really, really get it going. So once you take this and play around with the Bluetooth and 2.4 no, you go ahead and plug in your second controller because that ain't gonna work. This will not connect after you mess with it. It will not connect. And it doesn't care. It doesn't care if you beg and plead it to work. It will not work. It won't work because it's not connected. And it has to be connected a certain way to work. And I think it's a little silly that we have this. See, it's connected now. Once it shakes, it means connected. And it knows that it powers off because it doesn't have anything to do. So it connects, but it automatically disconnects. It doesn't detect a current, a streamless connection. So it is weird. And it could be maybe I've been playing it for a long while. It could be the battery is a little weak, but I actually charged it up for about over an hour, and then until the red light went off. So the light went off, and that's why I started to use it. Light goes off, it's charged. So I stand behind this thing. I think it's one of those weird things that needs to be connectivity, wired USB, Windows 2.4 hertz, wired USB. So you can use this as a wired or wireless controller. All else fails, I'll plug the damn thing into the back of the computer and use it as a wired controller. It's a lot more responsive than the blue one I have, and it doesn't have the same stick drift issues as the Xbox ones do for some reason. It fits good in your hand though. For a Switch-like controller, it does work good in hand. Now the button replacement is kind of weird. Now, you can go in there and map it, but I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna learn how to play the games a little different. A little freaky. I'm gonna get a little freaky. I'm gonna play games a little freaky. I think that's probably the best thing you can do. This is a good controller. This version is probably the best one of both of them. This one gets highest praise. The white one's still a piece of shit, garbage, trash, and I'll set on fire and back to hell if I could. Because I don't know if it was me or maybe just I had that bad one. I was like, you know what, Mark? I'm not working for you today. I'm going to be very difficult and just shut down every chance and give you driver errors up the ass. That's what I'm going to do. Steer yours, the white gigabyte, white 8bitdo controller. Oh yeah, PSFU. That's what I thought was mostly going on with the 8bitdo white Xbox version of this. For some reason, this works better with the PC than the other one does. Now, it could be because I have Windows 10 Pro and the updates came out weren't the same. I have Windows 11 and the thing worked perfectly fine. It's the most damn thing I've ever seen in my life. I never understood how this thing can be so weird. But the 2.4 hertz work one is cheaper, $54. This is $59, $57. This is I say it's a buy, but I'm gonna do an extra level. It's a buy with an asterisk. You got to know how to deal with these things. It's a buy, but you be ready for some work. If it wants to crap out, not work, say driver error, do all the funky chicken thing it wants to do with you, you're gonna have to have patience. Your balls of steel, and patience. Like a tree. You're gonna have patience because this thing will drive you crazy. Doesn't matter if it's the black one or the white one, the Xbox or the Switch one. Now you plug this in the Switch, works perfectly fine. I heard without any issues. For some reason in Nintendo 8bitdo, and they must have pictured 8bitdo screwing a goat or something. But it's just I don't know how Nintendo will get away with that. They must have pictures of 8bitdo, CEO, screwing the goat or something. Because I've never known that this damn thing is actually going to work perfectly on Switch. A lot of people say it does. Plug it in, boom, perfectly fine. Not even a damn issue. It works perfectly. You ever believe it? So maybe it's true. Maybe Nintendo caught them guys and 8bitdo screwing goats or whatever. Because it has something. The Windows version, if you use the 2.5 hertz, you're fine. Now I'm gonna try to use the Bluetooth one, the wireless adapters one, receivers that come with it, and see what happens. Because I worked last time, it worked perfectly fine. So I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna let it sit there for a while. I'm gonna let it do what it needs to do. Let it charge up again. I'm gonna charge it again. Now I may make a comment on a weekend review. I know I will comment about this weekend review. I'll say update 8bitdo update. I'll tell you what I think about it. If I returned it or what's the thing. But I'm not gonna return this because I think it's a good piece of technology to use. But you gotta understand this thing can be hard to use. It's almost easier going out and buying a new one of these, even though this one's probably a little dirty, than buying one of these sometimes. Even if you buy a new controller every couple months with the Xbox for some reason. But still, it fits good in your hand. It works real well. So I have a rating system with the 8bitdo black Switch Windows controller. I give it a versatility, build quality, a 5 out of 5. Almost perfect. It's perfection practically. Mm, rumble features, feel of controller, feel of the sticks, button layouts, all the mapping you can do, the remapping you can do, the software you can download, and a lot of information you can read on this stuff. So versatility, ease of use on controller side is a 4 out of 5. It's great, but not perfect. There are some things you need to learn about them. You need to learn how to deal with the button mapping better. You need to learn how to insert buttons, and they explain it better. Overall, battery life, so it's a new category, but this thing wireless. So if you use the wireless thing, then battery life is going to be. I'm going to give it a 4.9.95, almost perfection. Hell with it. I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 5. Battery life is good. About 20 hours. That thing. It's about 20 to think about 40 hours. I think it's about 20 to 40 hours. So even for 20 hours, and I play about 2-3 hours a day. So it's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 8, 20. That's like 10, 15 days if I play, 2 hours a day. Not including, sitting on the side and going to the bathroom, taking a shower while your system's on, controller's on, burning battery. That's not including that. Just straight gameplay. Now the big one, ease of use, hooking this thing up. That is going to be a real tricky one because I can give it a 3, and it means it's average. give it a 5 for perfection. Or give it a 1 for being crappy. So I'm going to give it right in the middle. Give it a 3.5.9. And say this thing can be easy to use. It can do what it needs to do. But you have to have an asterisk on this. If hit the switch on it by mistake and change it from Bluetooth to 2.4 or Bluetooth, you're better off just A, turning the game off, or B, plugging in a different controller and using that until the game is taken care of. Because this thing will not reconnect if a game or an app is running. If a blank Windows screen is up, boom, logs in, it will never log out until you push the Windows button on the controller to log it out or until you turn the system off. So it's one of those weird things. I think it's designed that way to help battery life or something, but I don't understand why it would not connect. Because I can disconnect my Xbox, PlayStation 5 controller, PS4 controllers with the 8bitdo right here. It'll perfectly work fine. It'll reconnect, disconnect, back and forth all the time. As long as I have an 8bitdo controller, I can push the button to repair it, to pair it to the system. It doesn't care then. So I don't know if it's just one of those weird things that 8bitdo does, to drive us crazy or what, but I don't know. I'm letting you guys know that it's a good system. It's a good controller. Works perfectly hard. It'll disconnect here in a second because it doesn't like connecting with what's available. It's a good controller. It fits good in your hand. It comes on. It does what it needs to do. It smells, decent. It doesn't smell like crap. But like I said, guys, it's a good controller, but you have to have some knowledge what you're doing with this stuff. Okay? This is my review, guys. Thank you for watching my review. Comment down below, do you have an 8bitdo controller? If you do, for Xbox, PlayStation, whatever, let me know. How do you like it? See you guys later. Peace out. Thanks for watching.